Okay, greetings patriots, starseeds, light workers, and of course our brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and extremely hot revolution down here in the central Philippines. My goodness, it's stroker material. It's hot. Anyways, Nitro have some questions to answer here. Nitro asked, how come the tellers don't have NDAs? That's a non-disclosure agreements. Well, Nitro, maybe it's because they haven't been told anything, right? They're just getting hearsay. But if they had significant information, I'm sure they would be doing up some kind of an NDA. Now, just remember, the bank tellers and anybody that's involved in the bank, right from the tellers right up to high executives, are not allowed to participate in this new revaluation because they are privy to information. They are not allowed to involve themselves, and that's one of the penalties, I guess, for being a banker stealing your money, that they're not going to be involved in this new transfer of wealth. If they try to bring anybody in, like by proxy through your friends and family, they'll also be busted as well. So they're being very closely watched. So Bonnie and Jewel Pink says can't find the NDA. Okay, I'm sorry, I put the wrong information in there. It's the TDA SA. So it's all in capital letters. TDA, then space it and then put SA, and that's on Telegram. Now that is a chat site that helps people work out their bills and everything that they may have, that a lot of people are having success with it, that are on that channel, and they're chatting back and forth. So work yourself into them, ask a bunch of questions, and you will probably get the answers off that. Okay, now if that ain't working for you, then go to King John Smarty or Sonata, and I believe he's on Telegram or he's on Rumble, and I think his I don't know his real address on there. I think it might be called The Boss, but just look it up and ask him questions as well. He'd be happy to answer all your questions with this TDA that is happening out there. Now, Fillmore tried to pay his bills through, but was reversed. Now, I get it. You're maybe going to get that, but in the past, when I had talked to people about it, I says, well, just keep trying. Maybe move the, I don't really know much about this. All I'm trying to do, because I got no skin in the game on this one. All my bills are paid, and I don't have any. I live in a motorhome back in Canada, and the bills here I just pay them because they're so cheap, right? So, when I'm at my house in the Philippines, so I don't need to worry about the heavy electrical bills that people are paying $400, $500, $600 a month for. It's just retarded, and we got to stomp that out. And I'm trying to help people knock their bills off and go from there. Anyways, let's move on with my video today. Now, I would like to formally ask the President of the United States, President Trump, and of course Vice President J.D. Vance, and his team that is very successfully bringing down the deep state to come up to Canada and help us up here with the deep state clowns that are infested into our society. We seem to be going further down the hole of poverty. I have, and along with thousands, if not millions of other Canadians, are asking for help inside Canada. I know that you have taken care of the borders on the Mexican side and your southern border, and we need to have the military come in and take care of the patriots that are up here, because you have millions of supporters, not just in Alberta or Saskatchewan or Manitoba, but you have millions more, a good swath inside British Columbia as well, me included. And I have many friends that are there that I can attest and vouch for, saying that, you know, they have been a supporter of Trump's administration and everything that Trump has done right from the beginning. So, you know, President Trump, you do have many, many supporters here in Canada, and we are wanting to come into the United States and be a part of your U.S. Republic, because we're sick and tired of the leftist, socialist, fascist, tyrannical communists that have somehow taken over our governments at all levels, and they have infiltrated down into our schools, where they are infesting and poisoning our children's minds with their ideology. And if this continues, our trajectory on this path is going to sink so far that I don't know if we'll ever be able to recover. Now, I'm making this plea from the Central Philippines, and there is also many Filipinos down here that are that love what Trump is doing and how he's liberating the American people. I know that there is other Englishmen over in the UK that are pleading the same thing, and I'm formally asking for and speaking for millions of Canadians that have had enough and are suffering dearly at the hands of these criminal satanic pedophiles that we seem to not be able to get to because they're army of corrupt cops that protect them and protect their cause. Everybody in Canada realizes and understands that very clearly, that, you know, the only job that a pedophile is qualified for is to be a politician, and they have seemed to taken all those positions for some time now, along with all their underlings that follow the tyrannical society, right down to the teaching of our indoctrinated universities, and then into our children's schools that are been so heavily Kool-Aid up, and we can't deal with this anymore unless we pull together as a patriotic military and take up arms and take over these institutions, as what we are witnessing in the UK. Now, we are not a violent people in Canada. We do not want to have violence. We would rather leave it to the appointed military that has taken their oath to protect and serve and protect the Canadian people. But if they do not do their job, then we as Canadians have to be the ones to gather and rally to start taking down these satanic pedophiles that we see on a daily basis, beating down our poor and stealing all kinds of liberty from the Canadian people. We are all asking for a military United States or galactic or even global alliance intervention to come into Canada and get this mess cleaned up, and so that Canadian people can be liberated. Because I don't know how much longer we can take this this tyranny without rising up and fighting. Many people, of course, have died since the 2020 Kool-Aid epidemic episode and the scamdemic that went on there, and they are sick and dying along with many other people in other countries. But we are stuck behind enemy lines up here, and I believe that these infiltrators that have basically taken over our society are a national threat to the United States Republic, and they are certainly a national threat to the Canadian sovereignty and the Bill of Rights up here. BC and most Western, and I'm going to say and include most of Canada at this point, wants to be part of the U.S. Republic Union, if they want to call us the 51st state or whatever. We can still be called whatever we want, or still be called Canada, but we want more. We're looking as citizens. We know that we have the power, but we don't want to use our power in force unless we absolutely have to, unless it does come down and we do get rejected to have help come in or intervention come in from the United States Republic. And if that, we would like to know either way, so we know what course that we can take at this point, because this tyranny that's going on in Canada, throughout Canada, at every level, cannot be tolerated anymore. People here are about to rise up, and we will show it this time, September 15th, in Ottawa. They think they had a lot of people last time. This time, we're not going to be so polite. This time, they better be ready for what's about to happen. And we want to know that, is the military, the U.S. or Republic, or the Global Alliance going to step in before September 15th? We would like to know this, because there are many patriots out there that have no choice but to rally and take measures to protect their families and their towns, wherever they may be throughout Canada. We are a sovereign people. We are not violent. We want to continue our way of life and freedoms, but we have been, these freedoms have been compromised greatly. And the things that have gone on, not just in my life, but in my father's life, that was a World War II hero, and his 7 brothers that also served in the Second World War. I just about signed up for Vietnam at that time at 18, and but I was rejected because of my flat feet. But we are all patriotic then and now, and we've had many Canadians sacrifice throughout the years, and we just want peace. That being said, we're waiting for your answer or some kind of code to say that you're going to intervene and stop this dark nightmare that has been going on in our world for far too long. Bye for now.